We'll go TSLSymbol versus Symbol, another ZVT. My best matchup knowledge-wise for casting is ZVT. Plus, for some reason, it can just be the most fun to watch, I feel. But I like the other game. I like the other matchups too. I like ZVP. ZVP has been very interesting to me, especially lately with a lot of different strategies coming out from the Protoss and a lot of different ways that Zergs have tried to hold them, whether by being greedy or by being aggressive. So it's been very interesting to watch the other races too, of course. But I do happen to have a preference for casting what I know, which is TVZ, especially if it's supposed to be good. Which, you know, it's a TSLSymbol replay pack, and they said that his game against Monster was good, which it was. And then they also said the game versus TSLSymbol was also quite good. So TSLSymbol, Team SCV Life, losing a lot of players. I actually don't know if Symbol is still on Team TSL right now. I think he is. I think he's still there. But TSLSymbol, you know, as you can tell by his name, started on Nex, was then at Slayers with the famed boxer and MMA, and now finally was a free agent. Him and Gonzi at the same time. Gonzi signed with Complexity. Meanwhile, TSLSymbol signed with Team Liquid, becoming their newest member. The last 3 pickups for Team Liquid have all been Koreans, all different races, actually. Yes, Liquid Hero, Protoss, Liquid Zenio Zerg, and LiquidTaeja, Terran. So very interesting that Team Liquid, the way that Team Liquid's been doing that. So the 15 hatchery going down for TSLSymbol. We are on Metalopolis, one of the maps that has pretty much been in StarCraft 2 since the beginning of the game. With close spawns disabled, and they are cross spawn, no close air positions here in this game. So early gas not early gas, but gas going down and instantly getting the tech lab. I wonder if when he traps that drone in there, I wonder if maybe he's gonna go Reapers again. We saw him go Reapers in the other game against Monster. Oh, that SCV might not make it. Oh boy, sliding that SCV out of the way. And yep, out comes the Reaper. So that drone almost got a kill on that SCV, and instead that SCV is being told to go scout. That poor SCV. He's getting poked to death by a drone. I hear an SCV attacking. Oh, there it is. And, ooh, wow, good micro from Symbol trying to take out the mule. And making the extractor there. So a Reaper on the way for the Liquid Terran. Spawning pool is down for Symbol, but nothing is coming out yet. And there's a pair of Zerglings, another pair, and 6 Zerglings on the way as the SCV scouts, and the Reaper's coming out too, without any spine crawlers, and the Queen, 2 Queens still about 20 to 30 seconds away. This Reaper probably will get a couple of kills, at least on, I would think if microed correctly, on the Zerglings. Well played by Symbol, though, catching the Reaper. Oh boy, he had an idea of where that Reaper was going to pop out and was able to take advantage of it. Now the Reaper's taking out his anger on the Mengsk statue. And down it goes. And another Reaper on the way. And now going into mass marine play again. It'll be interesting to see if he tries to go for some sort of bio play or go straight into tanks. I would think maybe it'll depend on what he feels the Zerg is doing. So both Queens down at the natural now, and TSLSymbol microing. Again, the Reapers outrange the Queens just a little bit, especially when you can lure them off creep. But that one Reaper is so close. He's 14 HP. As soon as they're off creep, Queens are easy prey for Reapers, especially a couple of them. A 3rd and 4th Queen now for Symbol, and that is how Symbol is going to hold this. That's basically how Symbol has said he'll hold this. Is by... Oh, the micro from TSLSymbol is good. It is good. But Symbol looks like that's all that micro is going to get him, is damaging the Queens a little bit. And now the Spine Crawler is done, uprooted, and going in, and that will keep the Reapers from doing any more damage, but they will stay alive. That'll be important. Good scouting, or good scouts are the Reapers, and again straight through to combat shield, and it's already done at the 640 mark, actually a little bit earlier even, for TSLSymbol. Very interesting. And going, looks like mass marine play here as he's getting double reactor and a third command center. This is, I believe, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, the triple orbital command play, where you get that third orbital command early on in your base, and you make it an orbital command, and you make SCVs, and oh, I didn't know that actually, and a bunch of mules. And I actually did not know that. I play Terran, and I didn't know this. Reapers apparently kill creep tumors with their grenades. I did not know that. Oh, by the way, I am quite interested as we see a bunker down for TSLSymbol to protect his natural. I'm quite interested to see if the Reaper change goes through, which is that whole, like, they no longer have the grenades or the DA charges, but they have the ability to regen. I mean, that just sounds, I don't know, that'll be quite interesting. That means that static defenses, if the change stays, static defenses will be so much more powerful against them. But at the same time, that almost is like saying you need static defenses against the against Reapers. So TSLSymbol getting double engineering bays and the reactored factory into a starport. So he's going mass marine play with medevacs, very much relying on his micro, it seems. And I think SC2 went to lair, and out comes the Baneling Nest, and the lair just finished. So I think we're going to be seeing centrifugal hooks soon, especially if he knows how TSLSymbol likes to normally play, which is this mass marine style against Zerg. A bit similar to MKP, and even the way that MMA used to play somewhat, which was a lot of aggression with Marines and medevacs. And again, SC2 is going to be, and there's the centrifugal hooks and the +1 carapace upgrade. And again, though, SC2 is going to be behind in upgrades, or the Zerg's going to be behind in upgrades from the Terran. And Spire going down for SC2. And yep, 3 orbital commands, extra mules. He's only got 3 barracks, really? This is the difference in macro between the professional and, say, me, who is your average platinum player. I make, well, he's making 4 and 5, but I make 3 barracks off 2 base without the 3rd orbital command. And my money will skyrocket and stay in the 600 range. Well, 400 range. That is really impressive, and it looks like TSLSymbol may try and push here, which is excellent timing because that Spire is almost done, and you can see SC2 trying to save up minerals and especially gas instead of being able to spend the gas on a bunch of Mutalisks to do harassment. He's probably going to have to spend it on Banelings. No, the Spire does finish, and he's going to spend it on Mutalisks, and the Terran, the Marines with, ooh, 1-1's not done, and he's on creep. Oh, the stim, though. Oh, here come the Banelings. Oh, and a big liftoff there with the medevacs. He gets 1 Baneling. You can see TSLSymbol target firing the Banelings, keeping them away. 2, 3, 4. 4 Banelings, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think 7 or 8 Banelings went down. Only like 5 Marines died. Oh my goodness. I mean, the micro to select the Marines and have them target fire on the Banelings while picking up a bunch of Marines and then redropping them, so that that's incredible play by TSLSymbol. I'm very impressed with his micro. But 8 Mutalisks coming in here, and a couple of Marines who have just stimmed, read them, and 2 Marines go down. Again, both those Marines have 1-1. No upgrades on his Mutalisks for TSLSymbol. No more upgrades right now being made either for his for his Zerglings or Banelings. No armor, no melee. And 1-1 is done, like I said, and 2-2 is on the way for LiquidTaeja. Here comes another push. He does have a tank in here. Also has 4 medevacs, and the counterattack here, we've only got 6 Mutalisks and a bunch of Zerglings, but it looks like that SimCity is going to be too much. The building placement from TSLSymbol is definitely going to keep the Zerglings from doing a lot of damage. Oh, the Zerglings look like they're going to try and... sorry, the medevacs there got caught. What happens is that if you have everything on one hotkey, including the medevacs, they can, because they, fly, they can get ahead, especially over something like this, whereas you click up back to your base, medevacs fly directly there, your Marines have to go around, so sometimes your medevacs can get caught behind, and that's what happened there. Almost, he lost one, I think, and he almost lost a couple. Oh, the Mutalisk stopped moving, and he loses a Muta. That was big. Right now, Taeja has deflected any and all harassment and has stayed even base-wise with the blue TSL Zerg. And here comes an infestation pit. Gotta think that Hive, maybe switching up to infestors here. That would probably be a good choice, especially with all of the Marines out on the field. Fungal growth the Marines and then watch your Banelings roll into them, because despite having 5 million APM, a Korean cannot micro when you when you're fungal growth. Oh, and 3 Baneling bombs too. And Taeja getting into position just in time to deflect the attack from Symbol on his third. Well done there. And Symbol's just praying that Taeja comes this way with a bunch of Marines. That's going to be something to keep an eye on. I'm surprised he didn't. You don't want one. I know why he has not. Oh boy, why he hasn't set Banelings almost here. But I'll say that in a second here. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, fire. Oh, he hit him. Oh, so many dead Marines. Oh, the green goo is so good. Oh my goodness, that's always a horrible feeling as a Terran, to be like, oh, I have a big arm. Oh no, it disappeared. Where did it go? Where did it go? And a double Marine drop though up in the top corner here, going down, and it's going to get repelled. Well, I don't want to say too easily, but oh boy, they're going to take a lot of Mutalisks with them, and the Zerglings and Banelings for a counterattack here. Good SimCity keeping the Baneling damage to a minimum here. Not a lot of splash damage on the buildings even. And Siege Tank in the back shelling here. And this is going to be a total and complete loss for Symbol, I think. I don't think he's got enough stuff to do enough damage that he needs to do. Especially losing his fourth here. And he's on his way to losing his third. A couple Infestors have showed up. The Mutalisks are injured. And a lot of Banelings being made. That's a lot of Banelings. This force, though, is kind of... Oh, a couple of Marines pop there. Enough tanks are left. I'd like to see a swing around with Zerglings and Mutalisks, and then a push at the front with Marines. And Taeja is going to take unopposed almost this gold because of the pressure that he's got here. Here comes the attack. Banelings, Marines too far forward. They get fungal growth and surrounded. But this fourth of Symbol is dead. Ooh, Symbol's taking the gold, but here comes a mass influx of Marines from Taeja. And it looks like this could be it here, especially with the Marines. Oh, they split just in time. The Banelings do get a good number of them, but they split right before that fungal growth hit. And the gold is cancelled by Symbol, and the Terran is just pushing. 2-2 upgrades, 2-1 upgrades though for Symbol. He's been able to keep up an upgrade. This could be it here. Here comes the attack. Banelings not hitting the Marines. Fungal growth on some of the Marines, but not a lot of them. All that's left now are Mutalisks, and they're all hurt, and they don't do well against mass Marines with Stim, Medevacs, and a Thor. That's a problem for Mutalisks. Big GG from TSLSymbol, and then the big QQ from him as well. And jeez, hold on, I don't normally bring this up. He's making at least 12 Marines at once, and he's also held down the A button a lot. He's got 7 Raxes selected. I wonder, does he have any that are unselected? No, he's making 7 Raxes, 5 with reactor, so that means... yeah, that's 12 Marines at a time. He's making 12 Marines at a time. I gotta say, if Symbol had not gone for that counterattack and again had sacrificed his 4... I didn't say this earlier, so I can't say it again, I'm saying it. But if he'd sacrificed his 4th, had not gone for the counterattack into the natural, maybe into the 3rd here. Well, he did seem to do damage to the 3rd. He may have been able to hold off, especially with the Ultralisk Cavern, 3 Ultras on the way, the Adrenal Glands on the Zerglings. He may have had a shot at least at saving the game for a little while. He would have been behind, but he would have at least had an opportunity to stay in the game. But instead, he went for the counterattack. And that I might steal this SimCity with the supply depots all over the place. It kept the Banelings from rolling easily in. It also kept them from, because it's not a true wall off, they are also not doing their splash damage to the buildings. So that was really smart building placement by LiquidTaeja.